Very good morning and welcome along to Kelly Park in Wodonga for round 15. Cricket Albury Wodonga NZ match of the round on All In Sports. Steve Murphy, Trent Ball with you, T-Ball. I think clearly it's on paper the best game of round 15. Belvoir, who are sitting second and flying along on the table at the moment, taking on Albury, who have been really, really good the last 3 years. Of course, the grand finalists last year, but haven't quite performed this year. So what do we expect this afternoon, T-Ball?
Yeah, well, it's third versus fifth, so they're only a half a game apart, and then also only a game ahead of seventh. So it is a big game. It's one of those ones where Belvoir can really, I think, consolidate a top three spot if they get the job done. If not, it opens it right up again, and Albury are back in the mix. But remember, Sarriman moved to Albury a couple of years ago, and last year there was a lot of chirp between these two. A bit of niggle in their game, so looking forward to today.
So we'll just... So we'll have a slight hole up here. So our coverage brought to you, of course, by NZ, Cavalier Homes, Martin's Buses, Commercial Club Albury, Jaco Albury Wodonga, QX3 Sports. This is a big game, two sides that will feature in the finals. Is it, for Albury T-Ball this year, is it a case of just they haven't quite had a settled lineup, or they just haven't clicked? Obviously, they've had a change of coaching as well. Can you put your finger on why maybe the other sides have improved above them? Can you put your finger on anything?
Yeah, well, it is a matter of everyone's got better. And also, I think it is one of those years where now they're coming off, grand final and two prelims. Has everyone still got that motivation to keep going?
I'll go on strike to Perkins, and that is a loosener if you're ever going to get one. Just lands on the pitch, it'll be a wide.
And they even mentioned it a couple of times the first 2 or 3 weeks, so you could see maybe it's just that year, but I think now, once you get after Christmas, you can see how tight it is on the ladder. That's where they get that motivation back, and they've got a full side today. They get their Popco off to a good start. Be in the box seat, but yeah, I think full team today. It's a good batting lineup, batting first. Like I said, they can still push. They're only half a game out in the top three. So as far as all of it's gone, they've just, I think, floated along. They're still in a position now to push towards finals.
Perkins been very wide with his opening 3 deliveries. He's way too wide on the first one, and the next 2 borderline as well. So
the first change I do like for Albury is that Popco's opening. So they've had him batting at 4 and 5. The order's been all over the place, but I do like that, him back at the top.
that's a wide again given. So I would assume, given the first 4 deliveries, only 2 legal that have gone down, that it's a real focus for Popco, wide outside that off stump.
And they have a deep point in place for it as well. So and I'm surprised he hasn't flayed at least one of those.
Yeah, well, he likes bat on ball, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Very watchful.
You normally like width.
It's a little straighter this time. Length as well. Nat Sarriman's the man at the other end, alongside Popco. He is a huge key. You spoke about him before, previously being with Belvoir.
Yep. He's made a lot of runs here, so he'll be comfortable playing here. Just how uncomfortable the Belvoir boys make it for him. So.
Given that he's been at Albury now into his 2nd year, Trent, do you still think that chirp will be there?
I think they'll be a little bit light-hearted to start with, and then he gets into his innings, 20-odd, 25, then he might see a bit more.
I mean, what makes it even bigger, him switching across, is he was captain at the time, wasn't he?
He was.
The
And
Eagles.
he's been here his whole life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a big move. It was one you didn't sort of see coming. You would have thought would have happened, but yeah, nothing changed for him in the end with his cricket. He's still making runs and keeping well.
Very watchfully played opening over by Popco. Didn't play virtually at any delivery, but they get a couple of runs from it. A wicket for 2 after the first over. T-Ball, we can pretty much stick a fork in 4 of the teams in this competition. We think in terms of finals. However, it could actually again change the status quo today, because St. Pat's played Corowa. Well, St. Pat's have only lost 1 game, but gee, Corowa did beat North Albury before Christmas. You've got New City and Tallangatta. And gee, Tallangatta were poor last week, but we believe Matt Armstrong's got a fractured arm, so he didn't bat last week. New City have brought in some big-time recruits, so that's a potential upset at Urana Road.
Well, that's what we're saying. Even though these teams probably can't make finals unless everything goes 100% right, but they're going to change where teams finish in the top 6.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be some upsets for sure. So, like I said, with New City, Corowa, East, in 7th, and Raiders have been competitive this year as well. So, yeah, it's jockeying for position in that top 6. So they're all must-wins at the moment.
Nick Green to take up the attack. That is wide as well. So both he and Perkins starting in similar fashion. I will say a very hello to Nick Green's family. They tune into all our broadcasts. Great supporters. So I hope you sit back, whatever time of morning it is over in England at the moment, and enjoy the boy go about his work. And a great get for this side this season, both bat and ball.
Oh, we saw this last time with him, didn't we? It does a fair bit off the pitch, though. I think they're trying to bowl that 4th and 5th stump as a plan, but then this pitch sometimes just takes it a bit wider again. So we've seen a few of these just go whoop, but there's been a bit of lift as well. So in the last one from Perkins and his over come up head height to the keeper.
Always plenty of grass cover on this pitch, and you talk about that lift. There it is from Green there, much better line, but. So a couple of looseners, and now he's into a bit of a groove.
Yeah, I think you find him bowl short of a length. A couple of times we have watched him. I think that's his natural length, and I think also he gets sick of, I said, those ones pitched up that just keep going away and being wides on this deck.
Foolish this time at the pads, and watchfully played by Sarriman.
Yeah, I like this more from Rawby. Popco Sarriman, top of the order. Cade Brown today. I'd like to see him at 4. Shan Bayer was an inclusion as well, Murph. We saw last year as the leading wicket taker. So they've called in some reinforcements.
He was a strange wicket taker, wasn't he? Normally you would allude a wicket taker to a fast bowler or someone that spins it a bit, but he's just a slow medium pace that just
Swing bowler.
Yeah, puts it in the right areas. Good lane, good line. He's so consistent too. 6 deliveries and over, he could land 6 in the same spot, and he just picks up wickets. Good shot by Sarriman for no run. The other thing too with him, Trent was saying, is that he doesn't just pick up 1 or 2 wickets in innings. He picks up 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, and the early one, suddenly he swings it with that new ball. So, yeah, the handy players now. You got Seb Boats as well, and Diplock, the Zimbabwean. So their bowling lineup's quite strong Could be stronger than what it has been the previous couple of years. So I think the thing has been their batting though this year. They've been inconsistent. You know, a few blokes in and out. But yeah, I think if they can just get settled, they can still push to that top 2 or 3, and it wouldn't surprise, you know, if they got on a roll now.
You got to give them respect given what they've done in the last 3 years, particularly 12 months. The other couple of games today, Wodonga Raiders and East Albury Raiders are in a bit of form. Really upset East Albury on their charge to finals, and Wodonga and Lavington. That does complete the second over. Nathan Faulkner will join Trent Ball on the other side of the break.
Come to the Albury Brewhouse. Relax and unwind in modern surrounds. Great staff, a fantastic menu specialising in share plates. A great place for all ages. The Albury Brewhouse, open 7 days.
Welcome back to All In Sports. It's Dave Perkins beginning the third over. This is Nathan Faulkner coming in for Steve Murphy off the bench for a much-needed rest for Murph. And joining me is Trent Ball. Trent, how are you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad down here in the shade.
Oh, a chance. But drifting off the leg stump, I would have assumed. Yeah, it's much nicer weather at the moment. Obviously, this week started off incredibly hot. And it's not going to reach too high a number today, you'd think. But you're absolutely right. It's much nicer in the shade than it is out there on the field. Nicely played there by Popko. Just not rushing things early.
They've been very watchable, haven't they? Just to have a read on the pitch. Because it is a bit different to a lot of the pitches. With the tennis ball bounce off a length. So it's hard to drive on normally unless you get that real genuine half volley.
Well played by Popko. Just off the legs, it might go all the way for 4. Green out there saves it for a from the boundary and fires one in. And I'll just pick up the 2. Yeah, like you said there, T-Ball, that pitch makes things very difficult for the batsmen. We saw that in an earlier game last year, I should say, towards the end, just before Christmas. Is an incredibly fast outfield, just as you saw there, but very often do you get the ball out that way.
Yeah, it's hard to drive on, so you've got to be patient and you can almost play back foot game because, like we said, that tennis ball length. If you can wait for one to cut or pull, or like you said there, just work off the legs from Popko. That's the shot selection for the batsman today.
Yeah, very good over there. Dave Perkins.
But then
Just straightening it up.
Rely on
We saw with Belvoir before, in the early game we called that they were prone to a few wides. Obviously, like you said, trying to play that 4 for a few stump. Obviously, that's the game plan, and it seems as though they're not too fussed about giving away a few runs.
Yeah, well, I think it's just this pitch. It just seems to keep anything with that width. Just seems to push away off the deck as well, which gets it outside that wide line. But in general, I'd say it'd be 80% of the time it's the right thing to do. Earlies, because you're in the game there for shots like that. That's what they're looking for. Just that little edge. off the length because it's hard to drive on this pitch like you see with that little bit of tennis ball bounce. So, yeah, I think makes it hard if you keep on wides and wides, wides, but yeah, I just think it's this pitch that makes it a bit harder than the usual.
Another good ball there from Nick Green, getting his second over and the fourth over of the game. Nick Green's an interesting one there, T-Ball. He loves a bouncer, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think his natural length is short of a length. And then, like I said, I think with this pitch, he tends to like to bowl that length there as well. So.
Starts to bowl it back.
He's having a more consistent over this time around than last one. Really finding that right line in length. Like you said, trying to cause the batsman to make a play that they rather wouldn't. So T-Ball, just looking at both of these teams, obviously it's pretty close up at the top of the ladder there between the two of them, only one win separating the pair, but if you could pick one player from each team that you would designate the danger man, if they have a good game you think they'd probably get the victory, who would it be?
Well, I think watch Green in again here to Sariment.
So off the pads there, now pick up a quick single. It's good running between the wickets from the batsman.
Well, I think this matchup right now, you got Green versus Popko. I said Popko back at the top of the order. If normally when he scores a 40 plus, Albury win most of their games because he gets them pretty quick and off to a good start, sets up their innings. So, and well, you've got Green. The thing with Belvoir, they got with the ball. You've got Green now, and then you've got Jench and Simmons to come on. Like we've seen, sort of at drinks. That's the end of the over.
Very
sort
good
of
over
first
there.
and second change. So, yeah, I think Matt Jench will be the one. You need your set batsman. You need your opener or your top three to sort of be on when Jench and Simmons come on because, yeah, on this pitch we've seen they're hard to get away. So, yeah, it's a big job for Popko today.
Give me space days, cringe days, sleepy days, and binge days. Every day lives here with Cavalier.
So after 4, it is 0 for 7 here. And it's Perkins to start his third over. He'll meet Nat Sarriman at the crease. Good ball there from Perkins. Just that off stump, like you said there, T-Ball. Wanting to make the play.
Yeah, it's hard to drive off that length. As you see there, he just gets so much lift. So, and he's getting to go both ways off the seam. So you really have to wait for it to be full. That's his game, Cameron, through the offside. He'll work it off his legs, but his boundaries will normally come through that cover point region. And a lot behind square. both sides. Uses the pace well.
It's a much better shot, and that is racing away. Just recovers and well fielded, and they'll pick up the 2. Probably the only time this field has actually looked slow there for a...
Yeah, I think it's a value for shots. Like, you didn't get all of that. And if you hit one in the middle, you'll get a boundary. So I think it's a fair, even ground. Yeah, it's just a matter of getting in on this pitch and then cashing in.
Just a bit wide, that one, and gives Albury an extra run. So they move to 10. Been an issue in recent weeks there, T-Ball. Albury's batting just a bit inconsistent. And I don't think this pitch adds much to their hopes of having a good one on the field today.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think today they've got a full strength team, so, and the lineup's changed already with Saruman and Popko opening, so I think made a couple of changes in the lineup.
Good ball from Perkins, but popped away straight to the fieldsman, and that ends the over, the 5th over. It is a 0 for 10 here. We might come to you shortly, T-Ball, for around the grounds action.
Have a look what's happening.
Particularly the game there at Urana Road Oval. It's not looking pretty there for New City. Nick Green comes in for his 3rd over. It's a little ball than what he's normally used to, and it's well bowled there.
So I've got a couple of scores. Wodonga, I've got Lavington 1 for 7. Chris Golden. Well, that's his name, Chris Galvin, got a golden. And last week as well, so he was in form. New City, even with all these recruits, 3 for 13 against Tallangatta. Raiders are 1 for 10 against East Albury. Coro are none for 29 against St Pat's. Off to a good start there. Wagstaff has taken to Liam Scammell early.
It's a big wicket early, isn't it? And there was a chance, but...
Yeah, outside edge.
Yeah, just what they were looking for. Just didn't quite have enough on it to fit the keeper hand.
It's a good ball. Just swung late, nice and full. Yorker length, and he's the outside edge. And the keeper saved 4, but he didn't catch it. So let's see how many that's going to cost them for the big fella poppers.
Another good ball. Nick Green's really found his lining length today. Just that brushed off the pads there by Popko. He'll pick up a single.
Just check what Popko's on at that drop catch. So
2 there.
On 2, yeah.
Now he's on 3. So 3 off 18 balls.
It's already costly.
Very good over there. So after 6, it is 0 for 11. And that was just 1 run off the over. We'll be back briefly after a short break.
Before you hit the road on your next adventure, make your first stop Jayco Albury Wodonga. We are more than vans and campers. We can repair and service all makes and models and undertake insurance repairs in our state-of-the-art service centre. From bikes to brakes and with all the big brands. We can set you up with all your parts and accessories needs. Get on the road sooner with Jayco Albury Wodonga, your one-stop RV shop.
So welcome back. It is 0 for 11 here, Kelly Park. Big hits up there, and it's no fielder that deep, and it's just rolled out through for 4. And that is the first boundary of the afternoon. Well, I should say still technically morning, but
Over third man.
got away with one, and the follow-up ball is a wide there from Perkins. So 5 off the over, off the 2 balls, and like he said, it's already costly. Just missing that catch means Alex Popko can get off and running.
Yeah. Going outside off again and trying to get him hit off that length. Instead, he's straightened up the last couple. I'd still just leave it out there. Like we said, it's just in a bit of lift early.
Gone straight back over the bowler's head. Get that one out of there. That is a well and truly big time shot for 6. And like you said there, T-Ball probably would have preferred to keep it outside off, but
yeah,
that ball was sent straight back over Perkins' head.
And that length to Popko, if he can just step 1 step straight into it, it's going to go in the air like that.
And already, the one thing you would have noticed there, Trent, is that the Belvoir boys are incredibly quiet this morning. Not much chat around the fielders.
Seemed a bit flat.
And he's gone again, and then back over deep mid-off rather, and it's gone for another 4. So
You just can't bowl that length like that. That's that genuine step and hit half volley length. So
he's a power hitter.
the big fella's got a big stride on him too. So like I said, I'd rather see straightened up since that first ball. I'd rather see outside off just on that sort of a length. Get him try and drive that on the up.
So last over, T-Ball dropped for 2. Now he's on 17. And this time, a much better ball causes him just to play this one off.
And what happens is, Poppers, you've seen very watchful, a lot of leaving and blocking. Gets dropped trying to do that, so he's like, oh, well, may as well just play me shots anyway. That's what works. And now he's off and running, so... I said normally when he gets around 40 or 50, it really sets up their innings for Albury. That's the better length there.
Much better end to the over there for Perkins, although costly. It is 0 for 26 here after 7. 15 runs off the over there, T-ball.
Yep. That's what happens when someone gets a chance, and then a couple of half volleys to the big fella. It's good to watch when he gets going.
So Nick Green to begin the 8th over. He's been bowling really well there, T-ball. He's only given away the 3 runs so far.
Yeah, there might have been wides too.
Just the 1 single off the bat. But he's had a maiden. We'll continue that trend.
Yeah, it's much. I like Saruman at 3 or 4, but I don't mind this combination, him and Popko, because like we see, big poppers, that takes the scoreboard pressure off Saruman, because poppers will keep it moving along. And also, for poppers, he's got someone steady at the other end as well who he trusts, so it's a nice combo up the top.
And it's full of ball and brushed away off the pads, and it might go for 4, but good fielding will see it not so, and they'll pick up a quick 2. And I definitely agree with you, T-ball. If you got one fellow who's going to hit anything that comes his way, you'll be much more relieved knowing the bloke at the other end is a bit more cool-headed.
He likes to work that straight ball to square leg and through mid-wicket as well. That's why sometimes if he gets it on the pad, he's in a lot of strife, but you see there, buddy, because he does walk across, he stumps, but more often than not, he hits it. And his strength is also through the offside. He just uses that pace to work it through the legs, but the leg side, but he can through the offside. He does like cover drive and cut shots. So
2 balls remain on the over. And these 2 batsmen just seem to be getting settled, T-ball, so if you're Belvoir, you'd be looking for a wicket as quickly as possible.
that's the other reason why I think these 2 work together as well, because even that ball there, Saruman tries to work that to square leg off the straight, whereas Popko's trying to hit that back over your head. So you really have to get it right to whichever one you're bowling to.
And a nice little drive, quick running between the wickets, and it's good. A good single there. And after 8 overs, it is 0 for 29 here.
Before you hit the road on your next adventure, make your first stop Jayco, Albury, Wodonga. We are more than vans and campers. We can repair and service all makes and models and undertake insurance repairs in our state-of-the-art service centre. From bikes to brakes and with all the big brands. We can set you up with all your parts and accessories needs. Get on the road sooner with Jayco, Albury, Wodonga, your one-stop RV shop.
Well played by Sarriman. But changing the bowling attack at the moment. Dave Perkins been given a rest as Brad Freak comes in for his first over of the afternoon, as it has ticked over 12 o'clock now. And for Alex Popko, you'd be disappointed you've been taken off strike. And Sarriman puts one up high, but just outside the outfielder there. Now pick up two. You'd think at some point, T-ball, that ball going off the offside is going to generate a catch at some point. They've put him up in that vicinity a couple of times.
It's just on shot selection. It just depends what length you get. Like I said, that was nearly there, but just get a bit of lift, especially Freak. He's a big, tall fella as well. Like there, you see just that bit of tennis ball bounce. You got to wait for it to be nice and full if you're going to go on the drive. But yeah, I think you'll see a few that get spooned to cover and that point as well, with blokes trying to drive today.
Another good ball. Nearly bamboozled Nat Sarriman there. So final ball the over. And a very consistent bowling display so far from Brad Freak. And again, good end to the over. So after 9 is none for 31.
Give me space days, cringe days, sleepy days, and binge days. Every day lives here with Cavalier.
On-one matchup, Nick Green v Alex Popko.
Yeah, I'm keen to see if any width here, Popko starts to play at a few of these. Outside off. Deep point, deep third man now.
A bouncer to begin the over. We know he likes those ones. Pops right off of that pitch. And I think to E-ball, for Alex Popko, he probably doesn't really need to start pushing too many runs out there at the moment, given that Nat Sarriman over the past couple of overs has decided to play it a few.
Yeah, they're off to a good start. Like we said, it only gets harder from here though. Freak started well the other end, then you got Gentry and Simmons who've been so good all year. So it's so vital now that these two are, are set to get through, finish off Green's spell, and then be in when Simmons and Gentry are bowling, because we've seen throughout the year it's so hard to score off those guys with a new batsman especially coming in. So you set batsmen today really have to get the job done.
And nicely just pushed down through gully, and they'll pick up another single there through Alex Popko. Decent bouncer there from Nick Green to Nat Sarriman, just introducing themselves.
Yeah.
He did Didn't have to duck too far though in that Saruman. He's not exactly the tallest person out there.
It wasn't even that short. Saruman was that short, that's all. It was online. See there, he's right across outside off and working that to leg side. That's what I'm saying. If that's, any movement, Green can get there back towards that pad. That's where he gets in trouble, Saruman.
Again, a very good ball. He's been impressively consistent as Nick Green, and that puts an end to the 10th over, and we are none for 32 here. We'll take a quick break.
You work hard, so when a hose or fitting lets go, your local NZ hose doctor will be there. With an extensive network, chances are we're not that far away. At NZ, we work hard to keep you going. NZ, on call 24/7.
You want to do around the grounds? And what a chance in the air, but once again, it's that outside ball that no one playing too deep at the moment, and Alex Popko gets away with another edge going for 4.
Yeah. Like I said, he's into his innings now, and I think that width he's going to have a go.
We'll wait for this next ball coming up, T-Ball, and I'll ask you for the scores around the grounds. There might be a few interesting games at the moment. Good ball there from Freak. Again, just consistently playing that offside.
Yeah, Lavington are 2 for 18 against Wodonga. Matt Sharp is back playing tee, but he only made 4. So it's a big game there, Lavy. They need to win as well. New City 3 for 28 against Toolangatta.
Straight back past the bowler. Race is on for it to get to another boundary. And Popko's got 2 boundaries in this over alone. He is really developing some sort of innings. He's up to 26 runs.
Yeah, and that drop catch when he was on 2 could cost them a lot. Let's just see how many.
And he goes again. It is a huge, huge hit. And that's 6.
Yeah, it's got to be short of a length, don't you? Oh, just that line as well. It's angling in. And he just steps and bang. And look at it. The fieldman's still going.
It's it's a massive hit.
It's out on it. It's really out on that.
We
Is
could
it Lawrence?
we could have taken an ad break in that time as the ball finally makes its way back to Brad Freak. And interesting to see Freak's response here. He's been batted pill of the post in this over so far. That was a much better ball, although I think it was a little bit more of a reserved play from Popko.
Yeah, and also they kept long off back now, so you sort of have a look at this one. Just sweat on that. He loves over cover and mid off, but he can go over cover as well.
Do you think it can't be bad bowling performance? It's just a player who's so full of confidence right now. that he's willing and to take on any shot.
Oh, and that's one of his strengths, is that shot, like to hit it in the air over long off from cover. So, like I said, that line and that full length isn't to go to him. I think short of length outside was what we've seen work, what tied him down early, and then anything that's been, like I said, straighter and fuller has gone a long way and kept going, as we've seen.
So,
But now Jench will come into the attack, and like I said, it's so key to have your top three, and these, the openers have got through those first couple of spells.
so the response definitely needs to come here from the Belvoir bowling attack. It is after 11 overs, none for 46, and these two batsmen look incredibly comfortable. Nat Sareman's probably thinking, I don't really need to play too many runs at the moment.
No, he'll just be working the ones to get poppers on strike. That's why I said I don't mind this combination of these two together. That'll be interesting now. I think we were talking about it before, about it being a bit flat, and I just think Jench now into the attack up against Sareman. Might see a little bit more niggle now that, they need a wicket as well, Belvoir, so.
They need to generate some voice in that field. It is very, very quiet. Sareman trying to play one through cover, just getting stopped there by the fielder. A lot of communication between fielder and bowler there as Jens nearly getting sconed. Well played there for Sareman. Just brushed it onto the onside, and they'll pick up two singles before sort of preventing a boundary.
He's timed that well. He's got that in front of, between mid-wicket and mid-on. That's where you want to be aiming. A bit straighter than trying to work it, between mid-on and square leg. That's a good sign for Sareman when he's hitting them there. He's not falling across too much. Like I said, that danger is his front pad when he's trying to work to that leg side 2 square. And I've no doubt Jench will be aiming. He won't mind that last shot. He's just got to get his length right. Because that's what he'll be aiming for. He's hit him on the pad.
So a decent over there from Matt Jench, and it brings up the end of the 12th over, and it is none for 48.
Come to the Albury Brewhouse. Relax and unwind in modern surrounds. Great staff, a fantastic menu specialising in share plates. A great place for all ages. The Albury Brewhouse, open 7 days.
So Freak to continue his bowling spell here at T-ball, and he'll be looking for a much more, economical over compared to his last one.
Yeah, well, he's got a bit of protection now as well. The put deep cover, long off, and deep square as well.
He went for a big swing, but
Doesn't matter.
no connection there from Popko. And I don't think he's too bothered by the fielders out there. He believes he can hit them straight over their heads too.
Yeah, I think it's a great spot to have a long off, even that one there. So he's tried to hit that over long on, just because that bloke's in place, whereas Peel's up. So it's already changed
They picked up the quick single.
how he's had to play. So I think that's a great spot for Poppers to have a long off there. It is frustrating having a long off as a batsman when you love to hit him over there.
I don't think he's the kind of player to second guess himself in that scenario though. Freak comes into Sarriman and Sarriman just happy to push it mid off.
Come on then, Brad. Go, Brad. Come on, boys. Come on, board here, Brad. Come on, mate. Come on, boys. Come on in, boys. Go in, boys.
And the successful over there from Brad Freak, only surrendering the 1 run. And after 13, it is Albury none for 49. And we haven't seen Alex Popko hit from the other end for some time. And I'll tell you what, T-Ball, I'm getting very nervous. We're in line on his shot selection.
Yeah, we've been talking about it now for a while, haven't we, Murph, as well, that we haven't had a catch down under our station. But we're due.
Dave Nichols currently warming his hands up.
Yeah, well, I don't know who'd be the best, have the best hands here. It's a fair chance I'm not even gonna, I'm just gonna leave it to see. I just want to see who is gonna catch it more than anything.
So Yench into Popko, and it's a good ball there from Yench, but they have left that deep mid on, deep mid off.
Yeah, Jench, very rarely you'll get a half volley for him to hit, and he'll be backing himself to bowl a better length to Popko.
Probably more enticing to go for the shot.
Like we're saying, it's all about shot selection on this pitch. It's a bit of lift, outside off, hard to drive early, but like I said, back forward, and if you can just wait for that real genuine half volley, it's just a matter of patience. But there's runs out there, there's value for shots, so especially now these two are set, you'd really want someone to kick on.
Just like he said there, T-Ball, it's he really backed himself here, Jench. been a strong over so far with 1 ball remaining and having surrendered no run. He's gone for it, and that was his undoing as the ball's gone right past the bat, and he's been clean bowled, and the danger man, Alex
Before you
Popko,
hit the road on your
walks
next
to the
adventure,
sheds. Great bowling there from Matthew Jensch.
Yeah, and like we've seen, we saw with Freak, we had a lot of protection out long off. Deep square, deep cover, but Jensch keeps everyone up and bowls a better length. And like we've seen all year, he just gets that effort ball on that length to duck back in towards the stumps and the pads. And he gets the zing bails again. That's a big wicket there because Popko's off to a good start.
Walks for 33 runs off 42 balls. It was an exciting innings to say the least, but one that will hopefully get the Belvoir boys up and about for the first time this afternoon, as Cade Brown now makes his way to the crease for his first ball of the day.
you work hard, so when a hose or fitting lets go, your local NZ hose doctor will be there. With an extensive network, chances are we're not that far away. At NZ, we work hard to keep you going. NZ, on call 24/7.
So if you're just joining us on All In Sports, the first wicket taken by Matthew Jensch at the dangerous Alex Popko, clean bowled for 33 runs, and Cade Brown now makes his way to the crease, although he'll have to wait to get on strike as Nat Sarriman continues his run against Brad Freak. And how'd you see that last ball there, T-Ball?
Yeah, like we said, Popper's just trying to drive off that length, and that Jensch, he gets that one to duck back in. I said it's taken so many wickets this year with it. But now Brown gets to come out with a good platform. They're off to a great start.
And a very good ball to start the over. Brad Freak just nearly had his man there, but no connection off the bat.
I know Popper's, he got dropped on 2 and he's made 33, I think it was. But it's set up their innings, so it has been costly. Even though, you're happy you got him for 30, but, Brownie now comes out, Sarriman's set.
Good dots, boys, good dots.
So but like I said, it's a big period. You got Jensch, you'll see Zach Simmons, I'd say, come on after Freak as well. And they've just been so hard to get away all year, those two.
So what do you think, given the start, they are currently 1 for 49, what do you think would be a really respectable total for Albury now?
Oh, close to 200, I think, on this pitch. We'd be set up for a really good game. I think if they get to 200, they're going to be hard to beat.
A good spell in this over for Brad Freak. He was probably a bit disheartened early with Alex Popko knocking him around, but he doesn't have to worry about him now. Very good over there, maiden over from Brad Freak. So after 15, it is 1 for 49. interesting setup here, T-ball, as Matthew Jench decides to go around the wicket to the left-hander of Cade Brown, and we know that's a real pet peeve of one Dave Nichols.
One of. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind him starting over, but I think he's comfortable either way, Gentry. But yeah, I wouldn't mind him starting over, at least use the angle, and then new batsman, you got slip in place there, so.
Do you believe it's probably done just to give off the team plan, obviously, which is to maintain every ball going down that offside? Although, in saying that, it's produced a wide.
Yeah, I just think you see it now as the left arm bowlers to the right hand batsman as well. It's just that angle I like to bowl with, but back in towards off stump. We'll see what happens.
Good ball there as a response to the wide, and seen Cade Brown a couple of times this year, and he's not one for the helmet, is he?
Nah, he don't like a helmet, Brownie. You shouldn't need one on this pitch, really. There's a bounce, but it's, like I said, it's tennis ball, bit slow. I think Gentry's past those days of trying to bowl big effort short ball.
So first play off the bat, and he'll get a run as the ball eludes the fielder. And he's off the mark now, Cade Brown. He's picked up his first run of the day. Harriman gives himself a single as well as he plays that one just down square leg, and they keep playing singles. It will get a bit dizzying for Matt Yanch as he keeps whipping on and off. So after 16, it is 1 for 53.
Give me space days, cringe days, sleepy days, and binge days. Every day lives here with Cavalier.
So Brad Freak getting another over, and just introducing himself there to Cade Brown, and very good ball to begin the over. At the conclusion of this over, it'll be drinks here at Kelly Park. Very good ball. Just as you can hear it T-ball, the field is starting to get up and about. They sense something. Perhaps it's a swing in momentum.
Yeah, well, I think they're trying to swing the momentum because they know they needed that last wicket. And you know, these two, the best bats for Albury. So snag one of these 4 drinks would be massive.
A very good ball. Enough to ask the question, but not enough evidence for conviction. Drifting down leg side, and it'll be given a wide. So it is currently 1 for 54. There's 1 ball remaining in the over before drinks. Hoping to snag that wicket. There's a good ball there in the over. So as we enter drinks, it is currently Albury at 1 for 54. We'll be taking a quick break ourselves on All In Sports. We'll be back shortly.
Before you hit the road on your next adventure, make your first stop Jayco Albury Wodonga. We are more than vans and campers. We can repair and service all makes and models and undertake insurance repairs in our state-of-the-art service centre. From bikes to brakes and with all the big brands. We can set you up with all your parts and accessories needs. Get on the road sooner with Jayco Albury Wodonga, your one-stop RV shop.
Come to the Albury Brewhouse. Relax and unwind in modern surrounds. Great staff, a fantastic menu specialising in share plates. A great place for all ages. The Albury Brewhouse, open 7 days.
Give me space days, cringe days, sleepy days, and binge days. Every day lives here with Cavalier.
You work hard, so when a hose or fitting lets go, your local NZ hose doctor will be there. With an extensive network, chances are we're not that far away. At NZ, we work hard to keep you going. NZ, on call 24/7.
The golf, the club, the city. Visit the newly refurbished Albury Commercial Golf Club. Alfresco balcony, modern spacious clubhouse and lounge. An 18-hole golf course located on the beautiful Murray River. The Albury Commercial Golf Club.
welcome back on All in Sports. Just a quick drink break gone. Matt Jench to return and give himself hopefully a good over against Nat Saruman, and replacing wide for the open the over, and replacing T-Ball, giving himself a spell on the bench, is Dave Nichols. Dave, welcome. How are you today, mate?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, good, good. Enjoying the cooler weather for a change?
Oh, yeah, we cooked last week out at Telangan.
Dare I ask, I know Weather Zone said 38, but what did it feel like out
78,
there?
definitely. 78, yeah.
And a quick run, good fielding though. That could have easily gone out towards the boundary.
I got home, mate, and said to my wife, God, I wish beer tastes nice. And she goes, what, you don't drink beer? And I said, no, but I wish it tastes nice because it looks nice. And it was so hot I could have really done it, but oh gee, it was terrible. It was so hot.
You look tan there. Mustn't have been much sun coverage.
No, I always put the cream on. Yeah, gee, got to do that when you're pasty white. I go pink white. My eldest brother goes brown and just dark brown, and my middle brother goes sort of honey colour, but I just go white pink.
A very good ball there from Jench. Really enough to ask the question. Cade Brown just quickly walked away from the stumps to get himself back together. Yes, it's a much nicer day for cricket, I imagine, not just for us here on commentary, but the cricketers themselves. And so far, been given a treat there from Albury as a good batting performance. But if you're Belvoir, during breaks you would have been really asking the question, what can we do?
Yeah, they just need to bowl better, mate, don't they? Like Matty Jench he's on the mark, but everyone else I've seen so far has sort of been, you know, maybe 10%, 15% off, haven't they? And they've bowled wide and they've bowled short and they've just not bowled well at all. But Matty Jench just gets hold of one end, and this is, as a coach, that's what you want. If it's out of control like a car crash, if you can control one end, you can start to build some pressure then. And this is what this bloke does. He just...
Although that ball was a bit down towards the onside and leg side rather, and quickly dispatched by Cade Brown, and good running between the wickets will see them get 3, but good fielding stopped it from being a 4.
He just needed to be a little bit straighter, didn't he? He just drifted into the pad. You can see what he was trying to do. It was well played by Cade Brown. Just after I'd been wrapping him up and saying how well they'd done. Right, isn't it?
Although that is the...
yeah, just for me.
I will agree with you. He's been bowling very well. He's picked up Belvoir's only wicket so far, and has only surrendered 11 runs himself off nearly 4 overs. This is the last ball remaining of the over itself. Well played there by Saruman, just recovers. Won't have enough on it to go to the boundary, but they'll pick up 2.
He just got a little bit full, didn't he? He drove him beautifully. Notice the last couple of balls, I don't know if he's a little bit underdone, a little bit weary. He just hands on his hips, Matty Jench. He just didn't look quite right the last couple of balls. He's just bending over now on his haunches. So interesting. Maybe he's not feeling quite right.
Give me space days, cringe days, sleepy days, and binge days. Every day lives here with Cavalier.
So after 18 overs, it is Albury 1 for 61 here. Well, that's just going to extend now with a terrific shot played off the pads. And once again, the fielders have been quite impressive actually so far today, Dave. They've prevented a lot of boundaries with hard running.
That was well done then, because the trailing fielder, if he hadn't have went, the man that saved it flicked it back, and he would have had to come back. They would have come back easily for 3, but mid-on comer across and backed him up and kept it down to 2. The thing about Cade Brown, he's very free scoring when he gets himself in, so it'll be a lot different than the way Alex Popko goes about it. Big poppers, as we've seen, belts him. I mean, that 6 he hit down the opposite end of the ground was huge. But Cade Brown, well, he'll score just as quickly, but it mightn't be as brutal.
He tries to go down the ground himself. It does beat the fielder. They can pick up a few runs here. And pretty lackadaisical running there from Cade Brown. He's looking over his shoulder. Wasn't really too interested in going for that third, although Sarriman was.
Yeah, not until he touched down and Sarriman must have went to call him and he went, oh, gee, it's probably too late now, isn't it? Yeah, if they'd have ran probably the first one hard, they get there for 3, but he's batting well. He looks good and he doesn't look troubled at all.
So Freak bowling his 6 over. It's a big spell for Freak. Who would you expect to replace him after this one? Would you expect him to go still pace or probably go spin?
No, I think he'll be going the spin pretty soon. I'm not sure if Zach Simmons is here. He wasn't here at the start. But Sinclair's been bowling slow pace off, so he might come on. Actually, I think that is Zach Simmons, maybe at short mid-wicket, is it? They bowled beautifully here the day we covered a game before Christmas.
Trying to cut that one away was Brown, but straight to the fielder, and that brings about the end of the 19th over. It is Albury 1 for 65 here. It'll be interesting to see if there's a bowling change, given how we saw how Matt Jench pulled up, and even just over here, he's dying for another drink.
Yeah, no one's walking to the crease, so I think he's probably going to bowl, but yeah, he just had another sip, didn't he? So he might just be struggling a little bit, might be a little bit under the weather. No, not getting him. Ooh, what's going on? Cameron's just got the ball, has he? He's coming down to Jench to give him the ball. Interesting. The umpire didn't take Jench's hat. He gave that to Cameron, but Jench gave him his sunglasses. Weird.
So it will be Matt Jench to continue. And that's Sarriman. And he goes to the bouncer early, and it's deemed a wide.
You got to do it every now and then, though. You got to make sure that they're not propping on the front foot, which they did in the last over, didn't they? They both hit the ball forward of the wicket on the front foot. So he just says, you can just go back a little bit there, boys.
We did see earlier a bouncer go to Nat Sarriman. He doesn't have to bend down too low. So no real pressure on the knees. And this one straight into the body.
Yeah, might have just caught the seam and just came back at him pretty fast.
So he might have got his second win here, Jench.
Yeah, and so might have Nat Sarriman, mate. He might have got wind dead. That would have hurt like hell. There's not a lot of padding where I reckon that's hit.
How have you seen Nat Sarriman's performance so far? Just wait for the ball. As it scoots through the covers for a run.
No, just nice and steady. He's a real good player, Nat Sarriman. If he's there towards the 50th over, he'll be on a good score. He just doesn't want to get out now. What's he on, about 20, I think, or
He's
13?
14 runs for 54 balls.
Yep. So, yeah, it's a bit unusual. He's a little bit slow, but maybe the wicket's a bit harder than what we thought. And he didn't get to play a lot early on because there was just wides and all funny things happening.
And every ball sent to Alex Popko hit over the bowler's head.
That'd be a terrible position there, that short cover, because Brown plays with a big full swing of the bat and he likes to drive. So you're in the gun straight away. short cover. You're not the chaser, are you? You got the blokes behind you if it gets around behind you. That's what he's trying to do, and he's trying to spear it in. Just like to see him over the wicket spearing it in like that.
Another good ball.
Yeah, it's too good to nick, isn't it? That one. Just too good a ball.
You get the sense that at the moment, Cade Brown's not really ready for anything too short. It seems the majority of his runs have really come off his pads, and anything a little bit towards the body, it's been a bit bamboozling, you'd say. Another good ball
yeah,
too.
he practices a big lift over point. Yeah, anything he pitches or gets around there, the last two balls be very hard to hit.
And that brings about the end of the 20th over. It is Albury 1 for 67. We'll take a quick break here on.
Come to the Albury Brewhouse. Relax and unwind in modern surrounds. Great staff, a fantastic menu specialising in share plates. A great place for all ages. The Albury Brewhouse, open 7 days.
So a bit happening here at Belvoir is there is now a change in the bowling attack. Dave Nichols.
Yeah, Zach Simmons going to bowl from the southern end of the ground. That's where we seen him bowl. I think the game here before Christmas, I think he bowled 10 overs, 1 for 18.
He also bowled them very quickly, which is what to expect. Just waste no time, doesn't give the batsman much time to settle.
Well, that's a real loosener, and he gets away. He threw it right up, but Sarriman only just drove it down to mid-off for a single. Probably won't get too many free hits, I don't think.
So at the conclusion of the over, Dave, I'll ask you what's happening around the grounds, and bowl reports there's a bit happening in some of the other games going on today.
Yeah, there's wickets galore, mate. There's only 2 games where there's lack of wickets. The other 3 are going.
Another good ball.
The other 3 are percolating along.
That's a good ball. Well, they're waiting on it. The fielders almost were not prepared to field it.
Yeah,
They were that short of it. It was a very, very good ball. The umpire, though, says no. Even I thought from our position here, Dave, that could have been it.
Yeah, and he did. The umpire just dismissed it straight away too. He didn't even really have a look at it. He just went, yeah, no.
Yeah, very convincing shout from the Belvoir boys. And they've been pretty quiet today, so you might have thought they felt pretty confident about it. As Cade Brown puts this one away to get a quick single, get himself off strike. What do you think? Maybe it was pitching.
I don't know, because I was like you. I thought it was very close. Yeah. But the umpire just dismissed it straight away. He didn't even...
Oh, and another edge, missing the keeper. He's looking at his gloves, wondering where where the ball is. As it's just travelled out past.
Gave buys in the end too.
Yeah.
He didn't give runs. That's interesting. I thought he might have nicked it, but...
So, a quick over there, as we have come to expect from Simmons. And after 21, it is a total of 1 for 70. And just quickly, Dave, while we're waiting for Jones to get set up for his spell, around the grounds.
Yeah, so obviously 1 for 70 here at Kelly Park. Raiders at Birrelea 5 for 56 in the 21st over. Lavington 3 for 54 against Wodonga. So Raiders, sorry, are playing East Albury. That's a huge match for East Albury, and they look like they're in good shape. Wodonga Lavington 3 for 54. That's at Martin Park. That game, Corowa a none for 102 against St Pat's. Wagstaff's 53 and Godshall 43. So good start by Corowa.
They'll need a considerable total, won't they?
They will, yeah. Like St Pat's wouldn't be happy with that. You know, they're going at 5 and over. They would definitely not be happy with that. But
More of a fuller ball from Gench.
got plenty of batting, St Pat's, but still, you don't want to be chasing 200, do you? 150, and like if they're none for 102 with 30 overs to go, you think they're going to get very close to 200. And New City 9 for 57 off 19. So
that is a quick game.
yeah, it's not great, is it? That's disappointing.
What was the comment T-Ball made? $100,000 to be 9 for 57.
Sam Stevens 5 for 27 off his 10. He bowled straight through. In fact, they're all out now.
Popped it up there from Saruman, and no fielder waiting for him, so he'll pick up a single.
So it's Lunga will be on the beers early tonight. They've just knocked them over for 57. 5 for 27 Stevens. Kumar 1 for 19 and Locker Hedigi 4 for 10. So they obviously wanted to bounce back after last week's bad loss to St Pat's.
Good ball from Gench.
Yeah, that was right on middle stump, and I'm right behind that. That looked like that was going to scuttle on through. He managed to jam down and keep it out.
So the run rate has significantly slowed since the dismissal of Alice Popko. They've been putting him around the park, but no real boundaries to speak of. Another good ball, but just pushed away for another single.
It was well ran, wasn't it? Because it went to Simmons' right, and he didn't have to go very far, but he just hit called, and they both went. Just an easy single. I don't think Matt Gench is real well here, boys.
He's looking a bit worse for
He
wear.
does, doesn't he? Just doesn't look right. And they need 10 from him.
Last ball of the over. And it's another good ball. So after 6 overs himself, Matt Gench is 1 wicket for 17 runs with 1 maiden, and we are currently, after 22 overs, Albury 1 for 72.
You work hard, so when a hose or fitting lets go, your local NZ hose doctor will be there. With an extensive network, chances are we're not that far away. At NZ, we work hard to keep you going. NZ, on call 24/7.
So Zach Simmons to continue. Bowling to Cade Brown.
Oh, and it's just missed the wickets. Unbelievable ball. And he's got his hands on his head as they pick up a quick single, but
Not about missing the wickets, mate. I reckon it's gone through the stumps. That was amazing. The wicket keeper, look, very hard to blame the wicket keeper there. He obviously thought it was going to bowl him as well, and
the bails did not move an inch. That was tremendous. And I was just about to say, I really like the look of Zach Simmons so far. And
that was ridiculous.
And again, another good ball. He's a remarkably efficient bowler, and you would have thought that's a second chance gone begging against Cade Brown.
Did he give buys in the end, or did he give it a run? I reckon it was probably buy. I don't know how it's missed. Seriously, I reckon it went through. I thought he was done. I think he did too. I think he was just waiting for that little rattle that you get. And then he's getting a yes, yes, yes from the other end to run.
I think they've given it 5, Dave.
Yep.
Sarman just sort of dances the pitch for a quick single, and it's good running again. These batsmen are really pushing between the wickets.
It was a well ran one, and he's hit it to mid on, who's only probably had to go 2 steps to his right, but great knowledge between the two batsmen. You know, they're just probably a nod and they go.
Again, another good ball from Simmons, and a bit of a blink and you miss it over for Zach Simmons because it's already over. And yeah, just another chance gone begging. Dave he had the chance in the first over with a potential LBW, and then that, well, we don't even know really what that was at the end of the day, whether it went through the stumps, around the stumps, or...
Oh, that's crazy. Like, what's he bowled? 3 overs, 2 overs? 2
That's
overs.
his second over, yeah. So
for about 3.
Correct.
To go with his 10 overs for 18 last time. It's like, mate, if it was rain and Cheerless, he'd get Elton John at the moment. He cannot buy one. Nick Green coming on.
Yeah.
And replace Matt Jench. Did he stay on the field, Jench, or did he go off?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I wasn't watching, but I can't really see him out there.
Nick Green to come in, and he was really impressive in the first 5 overs of his spell today. 1 maiden and 7 runs. Look to improve on that with the wicket. Throws one up there. Sarman goes straight to the fielder, no run.
He gets away with the loose one.
We remember last time we were here, Dave, we saw Nick Green, and he picked up 3 wickets, I believe, that day, but you never knew exactly where the ball was going to be placed at any given moment. He's probably a bit of the wild thing at the end of the evening.
He was keen on testing the middle of the wicket, wasn't he?
This one,
full bowled.
No real bounce off that one, and it's just gone straight through the keeper.
Just going to be the Mitchell Wagstaff day today. Maybe it is. He just looks too good not to make a big score. He's on 62. For Corowa. Well, that's a good partnership, 117 against anyone, but against St. Pat's, who have lost 1 game all year, and a misfield here and a drop catch there, and they win that game as well. And they dispatched of Tallangatta very easily last weekend. And, here he is on 62. Ball work to the leg for a single by Sarriman. Flick between his legs by Simmons to the bowler's end.
Once again, good running. Cade Brown just sprinted between the wickets.
They've got a good understanding, haven't they? You don't even hear a yes or a no. They just hit a gap and both go.
Once again, despite the chances from Simmons in his overs, the Belvoir fielders and the Belvoir boys have fallen a bit silent. They definitely need a wicket to get the energy back up and about, and obviously to keep their chances alive for victory.
Deep square leg goes out from square leg to deep. So is he going to drop one short, or is he pitches it up? Cade Brown tries to nibble it through to the keeper, but misses. Interesting to see if he does drop one short. He's got deep, fine leg and a deep square leg. Massive gap on the leg side. If he gets very straight, he could just knock it into and run a single, or is he going to try the bouncer? It's fast bowler, I'm thinking the latter. Not yet.
Another good ball. Rounds out the over, and after 24, it is 1 for 75.
Before you hit the road on your next adventure, make your first stop Jayco, Albury, Wodonga. We are more than vans and campers. We can repair and service all makes and models and undertake insurance repairs in our state-of-the-art service centre. From bikes to brakes and with all the big brands. We can set you up with all your parts and accessories needs. Get on the road sooner with Jayco Albury Wodonga, your one-stop RV shop.
There's just no runs here from Simmons at the moment, is there?
No, I was going to suggest that things move pretty quick here at Kelly Park, particularly if Zach Simmons is on bowling attack.
And the first ball of his spell was a full toss that was only driven for one, and that might be it. That might be all you get now. He's been there and thereabouts every ball.
He's looked the most likely to pick up a wicket in recent overs. Bowls to Sarriman. A bit more fuller, and they'll pick up a quick single again. Good running. And like you said, Dave, you don't hear anything between those two batsmen, at least from where we're sitting. They just know when to push, and they haven't exactly been really troubling the scoreboard so much, but just enough to keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Well, that's why they're so important, them singles, aren't they? That, you know, others may not go for them singles. Well, if they didn't go for them, you know, that 75, 76 might have only been 65. And it looks a bit sicker then, doesn't it? So the running's been a feature between these two.
Okay, Brown wanted to go for it, but just straight back to mid-on. So after the fall of Alex Popko, they've only put on 27 runs a pair of them, although you feel like they've been out there for a bit longer than that. Brown wants to go for it.
Yeah, he's keen, isn't he? He's keen to play his shots.
And just like that, another over gone. And after 25, it is 1 for 76. So Matt Sarriman, he's been out there for some time. He's on 19 off 70 runs, and Cade Brown, having come in first drop for Alex Popko, is 11 from 38. You'd say probably, Dave, that's just been really good bowling. That sort of dry them up a little bit.
Yeah, Jench started it, and Simmons has continued it, hasn't he? It's been some very good bowling by them two boys. And now it's up to Nick Green to keep the pressure on. The last over wasn't a bad one, so can he keep the pressure applied? Short and wide, gets cut, but he doesn't get past the fielder. So, yeah, it's good. Good start.
That's probably been one of the main, I guess, advantages at the moment for Belvoir, is that their fielders have been so impressive.
Yeah, and they fielded well. They got him in the right spots too, helps by the looks of things too. That can sometimes be a hindrance. We have a heavy offside field here.
Green goes in again.
Can't do much with it, can he, other than just dab it into the offside for no run. At the moment he's doing what he's asked. He's bowling one side of the wicket.
It's a real suffocating bowling attack.
This is when Zach Simmons is going, isn't it?
Again, Green, a good ball, and once again well fielders as well. Just prevents any singles, any runs from taking place, and we've seen so far that these two batsmen like to run between the wicket, just picking up singles where they can at the moment, just to keep the run rate and scoreboard ticking over. But any form of boundaries become rarely sighted since the loss of Alex Popko.
And they have totally dried up. And Cade Brown's our man there. I think Nate Sarriman is just going to work the ball around, and I think Cade Brown will be the one that will look to be the most aggressive, but he just can't get on strike for any length of time at the moment. Very good over by Green. Can he finish it off? well bowled, it's well batted, and it's well fielded. It's really well done. You know, a line of 3 and then point, and you've got to pierce the gap to get a run here. And 3 fielders are doing very, very well.
It's having a very strong game, is Nick Green, and he definitely needs a wicket for his services so far. The last ball of the over is able to prevent any run again, and after 26 it is 1 for 76 here at Kelly Park.
You work hard, so when a hose or fitting lets go, your local NZ hose doctor will be there. With an extensive network, chances are we're not that far away. At NZ, we work hard to keep you going. NZ, on call 24/7.
So Simmons to continue to go to Cade Brown. Just feel like he's the man, Simmons, to really break up this partnership. Brown,
There it is.
high and caught. He went
just
for it.
Yeah, something was going to happen, wasn't it? I mean, he'd been trying to drive it down there the last few balls, and he didn't get over the top that time.
I'll put away my crystal ball, Dave, for the moment, because that was well called and well caught.
Yeah, it was well set up by Simmons.
It was the 3rd chance he had on Brown, and 3rd time lucky. So he missed out earlier with the LBW and then with the mystery ball. And it's the 3rd one, the catch, that did the job. So excellent play from Simmons, and he'll look to keep up this bowling display for sure.
Yeah, well, 2 for 76, you know. We're over halfway through the overs now. There's just stagnated a little bit here, and Belvoir might be just turning the corner on this game. Is it Dominic Stockdale coming out to bat, I think?
Dom Stockdale coming in replacement. So it is Cade Brown who walks to the sheds from 11 runs off 39 balls. Bowled from Simmons, caught by Withers.
He is a bloke that likes to get on with the game too, Stockdale. So
another good person to go in with Nat Sarriman.
Yeah, well, you got your rock at one end, haven't you? And get your stroke players coming in at the other. And it is Matt Jench that is carrying the drinks at the moment. He came out during the wicket and he's just strolling off. So, yeah, I don't reckon he's right today.
Nice and safely played there by Stockdale. Just bats that one straight into the turf.
That's the thing, Simmons is well on top, and now he's got a new batsman in who's probably got to take a little while to get himself in, so he could get through a few more overs here real quickly, Simmons, couldn't he?
Who do you think would be best suited to shake up the new batsman? Would it be Zach Simmons or would it be Nick Green, given the pace?
Oh, look, Nick Green, obviously the quickest, but this bloke here is just so accurate, and they can't get him away. And every time they try, something either happens or nearly happens, doesn't it? Like we've seen the LBW shout, the one that just missed the stumps, then he gets caught. So I think Zach Simmons is really important here for Belvoir at the moment. Nick Green's doing his job, though.
Full of ball, and they're running hard between the wickets, these two batsmen, and it was a near chance. You'd think maybe if that ball had to hit direct.
I reckon, yeah, I think you might have been right. I think Nat Sarriman might have been in a bit of trouble.
It was a risky run. They probably didn't need to take it, but it does change up that strike, so it is after 27, 2 for 77 at Kelly Park.
We have David Perkins, aren't we? I think he's going to replace Nick Green. The northern end of the ground.
So Dave Perkins to replace. And we're looking to improve on the numbers of the previous spell.
I think he got a little bit of stick, didn't he, from Popco in the end, towards the end of his spell, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He's currently after 4 overs, no wicket for 22 runs.
He's probably not the only one, to be fair, in the league that's been on the end of something like that.
Well, that's right, yeah.
When the big fella decides it's time, he generally hits him out of the park.
In fairness, a missed catch caused that. T-Ball called that one earlier.
That hurts, doesn't it, when that happens?
This one had a bit of power on it, but once again, good fielding prevents any run.
It's well fielded because that gets through. I reckon that had enough legs on it to get to the boundary. Did that pretty well.
This one, again, good fielding, but they do pick up the single.
He just eased it into the covers, but not sure who the fielder is. Number 20 for Belvoir, but he goes all right. Come across quickly then and stop that clean.
Got magnets for hands. No balls getting past him. Change of strike, so he's Nat Samerman back on. A bit of high one, catch and gone. And just like that, Nat Samerman walks. It's a bit of a bit of a nothing shot in the end, wasn't it,
he'd be
Dave?
disappointed in that one. He got back to pull it, and then it just looked like he got himself in a position to hit it, and he just sort of stopped and went, no, I won't. And all that did was just dolly it up to mid-wicket for a very easy catch to Zach Simmons. And there we go, 2 quick wickets. They put the brakes on them, and now they've taken 2 quick wickets, and now Belvoir are probably starting to get on top in this game.
So the anchor is gone, and it was that man Simmons with the catch, so he's everywhere at the moment. And that Samerman walks for 19 runs off 78 balls. Dixon to replace the fall of Nat Samerman, and it's a big wicket too. Now we've got 2 fresh batsmen in here. Perhaps the floodgates might begin to open up.
Well, they've got to get themselves going, don't they? And that takes time, and we're in the 28th over.
And just quickly, just 1 ball down, 1 run in is Ross Dixon. Wastes no time getting off strike.
And they're getting nothing at the other end, are they? They're not even getting an opportunity to score at the other end. So that's what makes Dave Perkins a real chance to pick up some wickets here, because the pressure from Zach Simmons' end gets relieved up here, and if he's in the right spots, he can get himself some wickets here.
Again, good running between the wickets from these two. They're moving pretty quickly. They know they need to tick up the run rate. So Another wicket down, another over down. 28 overs gone. It is 3 for 81.
You work hard, so when a hose or fitting lets go, your local NZ hose doctor will be there. With an extensive network, chances are we're not that far away. At NZ, we work hard to keep you going. NZ, on call 24/7.
So the man that's been everywhere at the moment is picking up wickets by ball and catching them. Zach Simmons to continue. Dom Stockdale. Something about these two batsmen, Dave, they seem to be really intent in picking up runs as quickly as possible. Not worrying about getting settled, and I think that might work in favour of someone like Zach Simmons.
But not playing the big shots, you know, just working him around, because I don't think there's much on offer if you try to spank him like Cade Brown found out. I think just work your gap and get a single and try and get at least three off him and over. It's not a lot, but it's something, isn't it? You don't want to be let him bowl maiden after maiden. So you got to work him around, get a few singles here and there, turn the strike over, make him bowl at a different batsman.
So do you fully expect him to bowl the full 10 overs in this spell?
Yeah, I think he'll go straight through, mate. My word, he will. When you're on top like he is, they'll probably just rotate the other end. They're starting to get a bit of control at the other end now as well.
So again, another over down is 29. It is 3 for 82.
It's like 30 seconds and over, isn't it? He bowls it, you block it. He bowls it, you block it. He bowls it, you block it. You stroke one down to mid-off, but that's as good as a block anyway.
And you can tell Dave Perkins, he's up and about. He wasted no time getting the hat off.
Oh no, I reckon he's probably grown over the summer, Dave Perkins. Have a look at them trousers, mate. It's about 6 inches. They're like pedal pushers.
Got the ankle
He has got
freezes.
tall though.
And quick single. Push down by Stockdale.
Oh, you think they'd get him a bigger, longer pair of trousers, wouldn't you? Someone's got to have a mum that can pull the hem down on him.
Bowling really well at the moment is Perkins.
He's come back well, hasn't he? Because like we said, he got a little bit of stick early. The 8 balls he's bowled here have been fairly handy.
Again, another good ball. There's 200 still on offer here, Dave.
It's going to be difficult, isn't it? It is, but it's going to be difficult. They've got plenty of stroke players in their side. Was Simmons last over a maiden?
No.
No.
No, it's a one single picked
One
up off it.
single, righto. Yeah.
Again, Dixon just batting in the same spot where Stockdale put it, and got another single.
So we've had 3 off the last 11 balls, or 10 balls. Is that where we're heading here at the moment? So that's not great, is it? You're getting nothing to hit though, that's the thing.
Again, just flick back to the leg side and Another single. So just the 3 singles off the over.
Somehow find a boundary off this ball and it just relieves a bit of pressure. We must be inching up to 87, are we? 85 for 3.
Few and far between at the moment are boundaries.
Yeah, hard work, aren't they?
There's Dixon. Just let someone hit into the body. And that brings up the end of the over. So after 30 here at Kelly Park, it is Albury 3 for 85.
Come to the Albury Brewhouse. Relax and unwind in modern surrounds. Great staff, a fantastic menu specialising in share plates. A great place for all ages. The Albury Brewhouse, open 7 days.
So Simmons to keep up the bowling attack here. And it's a big sweep, and this one might go all the way to the floor, and it has. It's a big hit there from Dom Stockdale. Just drifting down the leg side, and he swept that one pretty impressively. And just before that shot, it was been suffocating bowling, and over the last 10 overs, T-ball, it's been 2 for 15. But that is the first boundary we've seen for a long time. Also, I should say, T-ball, welcome back in replacement for Dave Nichols.
No worries, thank you. Yeah, it all slowed down, didn't it, with that wicket of Popco. Sarriman 19 off 78, Brown 11 off 39. So you need one of those to kick on, don't you? But Stockdale and Dixon, they're normally aggressive and play their shots straight away. So still at 3 and over, and that, you know, only 3 down. So Belvoir pegged it right back. Like we said, Simmons through the middle, and normally Jench. You know, they brought Green back. I think he's got 7 overs for 8. It's hard going.
Again, Simmons' response to the boundary has been really impressive. Not many runs have come off him in particular. And that's another over down. We're 3 for 89, and he said it would be a shame if they didn't reach 200. And just been, the bowling attack's just been too good so far, at least after Alex Popko's wicket. And no one really seems likely enough to put on a tremendous score, do they, T-ball?
Yeah, they need one of these two now to get going, but yeah, see what, they got a bit of power to come as well towards the back end. So if they can keep wickets in hand and get a set batsman in, someone score, you know, 40 plus from here. Still 200 on offer, but you know, another wicket or two here for Belvoir as well, and that pegs it right back. You know, score around 150.
It's a good ball from Perkins, and he's really improved since his earlier stages today. Another good ball, but deemed a wide, drifted down leg side. giving up 16 extras here, T-Ball. Probably a little bit excessive for their liking, Belvoir.
Yeah, it was a fair few early, wasn't there? So that new ball.
Oh, there's a chance. Big shout. The umpire shakes his head. It looked online from where I was sitting.
Piece of the bat, I think, is the only thing that saved him there. Maybe a little inside edge.
The umpire again, quick to dismiss it. And again, but this one not as convincing a shout, and they'll pick up a leg by. It's been a good over so far. And this time, a great ball from Dave Perkins has skittled the wickets and has taken the wicket of Dom Stockdale. And they are looking really likely now, Belvoir. The bowling attack has really stepped up.
Yeah, handy wicket, Perkins. You could see he was trying to bowl a lot straighter, hadn't he? And he's got the reward there. Like I said, if they can just snag a couple wickets here as well, they can really do some damage to this Albury total. You've got Big John Spencer coming out next as well. Another one who can score a quick 30 or 40.
So a bit of reward for effort for Dave Perkins. He picks up his second wicket of the day. Dom Stockdale walks to the sheds, 10 for 20. So he was looking really likely, seemed to be getting his eye in, and another wicket gone. And like you said, T-Ball, the dangerous John Spencer coming in. He's a big hitter.
Yeah, just another start though. They've had too many starts and no one,
It didn't matter. We just needed.
well, none of them are still out there. So that's what they need from one of these two, who are more than capable. They've made runs throughout the year as well.
And a near chance again. The first ball, it's John Spencer. A bit tricky, but that brings up the end of the over. So after 32, it is 4 for 92, and take a quick break.
Give me space days, cringe days, sleepy days, and binge days. Every day lives here with Cavalier.
So it was another over, another wicket, that last one. The fall of Dom Stockdale brings up John Spencer to the crease. There's Ross Dixon, who is facing Zach Simmons currently. But just quick around the grounds table, how are the other scores going in the other games?
Yeah, Lavington against Wodonga are in a bit of trouble, but they've steadied a little bit, 606.
Big hit, but we'll go straight to the fielder out there.
Tlangata, after rolling the New City lineup for 57 and now 1 for 6. Raiders are 6 for 92 against East Albury. Corowa against second place in Pats. Corowa 1 for 150.
Of how many overs is that one there?
34 overs there. Arthur Godsall 61 not out. Wagstaff made 65.
So that's a really interesting game. Is that played out of Corowa?
It's at Xavier.
The way St. Pat's are playing at the moment, you'd even give them a fair chance to chase that down, whatever the total may be at the end of the innings. Simmons super efficient again. This over. So it is after 33, 4 for 94. For a change in the bowling attack. Stepping up now for Dave Perkins, although Dave Perkins was looking very good there. He picked a couple of wickets in his most recent spell. First ball of the over is a wide.
Hey Ryan, come a little bit this way. Yeah, that's right where he got caught in the grand final. Yeah. I think he's forgotten about it though. Losing the game.
A fair bit of chat out there now, T-Ball. They've been quiet for some time, Belvoir, but they've picked up 4 wickets.
Yeah, well, Drew Cameron was just reminding John Spencer where he got caught in the grand final. Mid-wicket there. Yeah, we were talking about Sarum before, but Spencer's also the one that moved over to Albury as well from Belvoir, so just gets a couple of reminders here and there, Johnny. I don't think it'll bother him, the big fella.
And he puts one down to mid-on. He'll pick up a single and he's off the mark now, Big John Spencer. So the pace is well and truly off now, although I guess Simmons does bowl pretty quick. But the 2 spinners are now in, Sinclair being one of them. It's a good ball.
Dixon too, all the field all up, so asking him, does he want to take a risk? He doesn't. He wants to have a drink.
So after 34 overs here at Kelly Park, it is Albury 4 for 97. We head into drinks breaks and we'll take a quick break ourselves on All in Sports.
Before you hit the road on your next adventure, make your first stop Jayco Albury Wodonga. We are more than vans and campers. We can repair and service all makes and models and undertake insurance repairs in our state-of-the-art service centre. From bikes to brakes and with all the big brands. We can set you up with all your parts and accessories needs. Get on the road sooner with Jayco Albury Wodonga, your one-stop RV shop.
Come to the Albury Brewhouse. Relax and unwind in modern surrounds. Great staff, a fantastic menu specialising in share plates. A great place for all ages. The Albury Brewhouse, open 7 days.
Give me space days, cringe days, sleepy days, and binge days. Every day lives here with Cavalier.
You work hard, so when a hose or fitting lets go, your local NZ hose doctor will be there. With an extensive network, chances are we're not that far away. At NZ, we work hard to keep you going. NZ, on call 24/7.
The golf, the club, the city. Visit the newly refurbished Albury Commercial Golf Club. Alfresco balcony, modern spacious clubhouse and lounge. An 18-hole golf course located on the beautiful Murray River. The Albury Commercial Golf Club.
Okay, welcome back to Kelly Park. Albury batting first, 4 for 97. Dave Nichols in commentary, and joining him, Chase Rayner.
Hey Dave.
How you going, mate?
Good, how are you?
Not bad for an old bloke. Bad. Zach Simmons to bowl, mate. And to Johnny Spence. He's bowling well, Zach Simmons.
Yeah, he is. He hasn't gone for too many.
What'd you do? Flip down the wicket and whack him over the top for 6, you reckon? Is that what you do?
That's what they should do.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
You run past him and go, mate, I used to make him a new bowl, and what are they? Pies.
Yeah.
He's been hit for 4 here though, Chase Oak.
Yeah.
Ball bang into the wall over
Yeah,
there.
that's saved. That saved him from running an extra 30.
Yeah, going into someone's yard. He may never be seen again if he does that.
Yeah.
You never know. So that's 2 boundaries now off Zach Simmons. That's probably what
Yeah.
they need to do, don't they? They probably need to try and score from him, because if they don't, they're just not going to get the score up, are they?
Yeah. And another thing with that is, what we were doing in the country games is we were kind of just, there might have been a couple of overs where there was only might have been maiden or a couple of runs off of it, and we were really stopping their run rate, and they'd go for a massive shot and they'd stuff it up. So, and then we'd get them out.
That's what it's about, mate. So country week, played country week, brilliant, good time. Didn't get the results we wanted, but still, first go at it, so that's pretty good. And it's good fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You get to play with different people and that you have at your club.
And play against different people.
Yeah, and you get to meet other people. And yeah, it's fantastic. There's one thing when I was coaching, mates, what we used to try and do. That's the end of the over too, by the way. 4 for 102 are Albury. Yeah, so what we used to do, mate, was we used to teach the boys that if we can get 18 dots in a row, something wild is going to happen, and usually does. You know, they start feeling the pressure, and then they go the big swing, and then they're on their bike and off the ground they go.
Yeah.
So always remember that one. Try and get 18 balls in a row. And when you get around about the 13th ball, just start yelling, that's 13 in a row, 13 dots, 14 dots.
15.
Just let the pressure build on them.
Yeah.
So Sinclair in again to Spencer. Trying to be on no run. So when 20, what, next weekend? I think your cricket starts again.
Yeah, Friday night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who you playing? Do you know yet, or?
We're playing at St Monica's. I know that much.
Okay, so you're probably playing with the Wodonga teams then, I guess.
Oh, we're the home team.
Oh, you're the home
apparently.
team.
Apparently we are, but we're Barranduda. We're not
Righto.
Wodonga, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, but you've got too many teams at Barranduda, mate. That's the trouble. We haven't got enough grounds for you. It's a massive club, Barranduda.
Yeah, it is. It's a good club too.
Yeah,
like,
no, it looks a really good club. It does.
not just the ground, but like,
Ground's exceptional.
yeah, it is. It's very good for batting, not so good for bowling. Not so good for me because Mum and Dad complain about my pace, which isn't too fast.
Okay. Have to work on that. Oh, big pull shot coming. It's got the way back with a square leg, and it will run all the way to boundary for 4. It's well played by Dixon. They've hit a couple of boundaries in the last couple of overs, something that's desperately needed, isn't it?
Some great fielding from the spectator. Chucked it behind his back straight to him.
They're pretty clever in Wodonga, mate. The things they can do over here, we haven't even heard of in Albury. It's through again. It'll only be 1 this time.
Some fielding from somebody who actually counts. Just as good. Great underarm throw there.
It's a big Johnny Sinclair. He used to play for Belvoir, mate. It's a big fella batting now.
Oh yes.
This is his second year, I think it is, at Albury. And he can launch a ball too. Don't worry about that.
Okay,
I've seen him hit some big uns.
Let's get a world first commentary catch.
I think he'd more likely go sideways here, I reckon. If he gets a little bit short, I reckon he'll whoop him over the pavilion. But it's the end of that over. 4 for 107 now. Spencer's 8. Can't quite see what Dixon is. He is 7. Spencer 8. Just looking to increase the scoring rate, Chase, I reckon.
Yeah, they probably need, 3 or 4 and over, maybe a boundary every 2 or 3 overs, just to kind of keep that pressure a bit on Belvoir.
Yeah, they nearly need to go run a ball here. Run a ball, get them around about 200, and
that's a very good score.
I reckon they'll need them too. Oh, crikey.
Yeah.
You just sparred at that and missed it.
Are they sure that the stumps are all perfectly fine and the ball can't go through? Because there's been about 4.
I reckon it's gone through once.
Yeah, at least once. Probably twice.
Simmons in again to Dixon, squares him up, and he just blocks it into the offside. No run.
Well, we're bowling well here.
They are bowling exceptionally well, aren't they? Started a bit shaky with the wides and stuff. But
yeah,
once
there
they
was 4
got
in
their
the
radar.
first 2 overs.
Well, once they got their radar right, they've been on top, haven't they, with the bowling?
Yeah, they have. And that ball that got Popco out, that was a pretty good ball. That was 4th or 5th stump. Came back in on him.
I missed it. I had my head down, looking at my phone, looking at the scores around the ground, and all I heard was, yeah! Oh, no.
Yeah, that pitched on.
I don't think it's a boundary. I think it's a wicket, and it was a wicket.
Yeah. Just moved back. Just jagged. It was a really good ball.
I think he tried to hit him down the ground too, didn't he?
Yeah. Or I think it might have been over cover.
Okay, yep.
Because it was a really good length too.
Yep.
On the offside where it pitched, so.
That's another great over by Simmons. So it looks like we've got another change in the bowl and Chase Hope. It's going to be, this is Brad Freak again, I think, is it? It is. They come on from the Albury end, we'll call it, the Australian end.
Yeah, I think both are.
Not that Melbourne. No, mate.
Yeah,
No. We're in Victoria at the moment.
Yeah.
That's Australia across the river.
Yeah. The other end's the Papua New Guinea end.
No, that's no.
Or the Queensland end.
They told me you were really clever. I'm pretty sure Papua New Guinea, not down that way.
Oh, well.
That's Tassie down there.
Oh, yeah. Guess so. And he's coming from the Papua New Guinea end.
He is. He certainly is. It's Freak to Spencer. In and Spencer, oh, lovely,
Smacks
lifts him
him
over
over
cover.
cover.
Yeah,
Boundary.
beautiful shot, wasn't it?
Yeah. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, so do I. That was a shot I could never play. That was a
I
great
know.
shot.
I reckon the only bloke I could do it against is my dad.
Go on the sledge against Dad.
Actually, nah, he bowls it off the pitch.
I was going to say, does he bowl right arm nothings, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right arm crap.
Does Mum bowl to you?
Yeah, she does, but the
She
only
better
reason
than
I
Dad?
the only reason I get out is as there's a wide there. The only reason I get out is because Mum's roll along the ground.
Oh, right, eh?
So it's like you want to attack her,
Yeah.
and then it just rolls past you.
You just tell her if it bounces more than once, it's a no ball, mate. That's a rule in cricket.
Yeah.
Freak in again.
So I guess it could just roll, and then it hasn't bounced twice. So technically that could be out, but
You wanna
we
say,
don't
"Mum,"
we don't count
you wanna
that.
go, Mum, pitch him up, please.
Yeah, give me a full toss. I'll whack it past the
yeah.
neighbours.
Put it through the window. That'll be popular.
Yeah, popular around the neighbourhood and the
Yeah.
and the window replacers.
Are you a quick runner?
Kinda.
Put one through a window, you're going to need to be.
Yeah,
Dixon
yeah.
chops that away through third man.
Might need to run away from home for a couple of
I think,
weeks.
I'm guessing you probably would. Gets that away for two. Down through the gully.
Sure that wasn't 4? I thought I saw the umpire signalling 4.
I don't know. I've seen him waving his arm around, but I thought maybe he's just got a bit sticky under the armpits, mate.
Maybe.
Oh,
It's a pretty
jagged
good
back.
ball.
Yeah, jagged back and hit him on the leg. We're down to our last or second last ball, mate. It's 4 for 116. So Spencer 13, Dixon 12. 116 for 4. We're in the 38th over.
That's England, isn't it?
What's
They
that?
put the wickets after the runs.
Yeah, they do. They're back to front. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are. All right, mate, we've got one ball left. You can call this one, eh?
Okay.
So Brad Freak it is to Ross Dixon.
Goes for the straight drive / on drive. Not really sure.
Well, that's
And
us,
it's
mate.
4 for 116 after 38.
Beautiful, that's us. So thanks very much, and we'll catch you a bit later on, eh?
Yep.
Beauty.
Hopefully.
Give me space days, cringe days, sleepy days, and binge days. Every day lives here.
All right, change in the commentary. Davo and Chase, too good for us there, T-Ball, but we wrestled the mics back off them.
Yeah, I was happy for them to keep going.
And a big hit from Dixon. Just go straight to the fielder. That rocketed away, though. A bit of speed on it. And we are 38 overs deep. 4 for 120. And this would likely be Zach Simmons' last over. His 10th. Bowled really well so far today.
Yeah, he's bowled well all year. Simmons, we spoke about at the start, himself and Matt Jench through this middle period. Just been so good all year. They've done it again today.
The call. Umpire giving absolutely nothing to Simmons, although the appeal wasn't too strong. Dixon goes again. Virtually the same spot. Pick up another quick single.
He's hit 3 or 4 of them now out there, but they've all gone straight to the fielder. So, and he's the only one out there on the leg side deep, apart from long on.
Press that ball away. So towards the last ball of Simmons' spell. That was it, sorry, rather. Last ball of Simmons' spell. And after 39, we're 4 for 123. So that magical number of 200 seems to be a long, long way away, T-ball. You know they're going to be a bit more pace on with the bowling attack towards the last 11 to 10 overs. What would be now, if you probably being modest, would be a respectable score with the 2 batsmen we currently have.
Oh, well, it depends. If these two, they've been in a little bit now. If they can get set and bat through to the last 2-3 overs, then, they're still can get close enough to 200.
Do you feel as though Belvoir's batting attack could really match it?
Oh, if they get that 180 mark, 200, we're going to have a good game in our hands. Like I said, Albury's bowling has been strengthened.
Yeah, just the inside edge, missing the stumps. And
yeah, they just need now when they start to play a few shots, just someone to get going. Whereas if Belvoir get those couple of wickets, then they could be looking at 150, 160.
oh, straight into Ross Dixon. They had a bit on that. That's a decent hit there from Spencer. Just the jump to miss. Probably anything too dangerous.
Good. Hey? Yeah. Yeah. More to Swap him with Brian. Hey, boy!
Big swing, but no real connection. How have you seen Brad Freak's bowling today, mate?
Yeah, he's bowled well. He's that sort of pace where, what we're saying, if he gets his length on, you can put him anywhere. But if he can bowl his length and short of the length, you see there he gets a bit of lift because he's a big tall fella. And he can be hard to get away. So
it's a full toss and it's in the air, but it won't quite reach the fielder. You didn't get all of that, Spencer. Now pick up a quick single in response.
Yes.
Why is he not getting more?
So that brings up the end of the over, and after 40, it's Albury 4 for 126.
You work hard, so when a hose or fitting lets go, your local NZ hose doctor will be there. With an extensive network, chances are we're not that far away. At NZ, we work hard to keep you going. NZ, on call 24/7.
Changing the bowling attack, Zach Simmons has notched up 10 overs, so he has been replaced. ball there from Perkins. So Perkins beginning his 8th over. Picked up 2 wickets in a nice spell earlier. Looking to add to that total.
Yeah, and they've just started to be a bit more aggressive, these two, the last couple overs, Dixon and Spencer. So I'd be keen to see if they, like I said, they just need someone to get those couple of boundaries away now to get some momentum to the back end here.
Bowling's just been very good, hasn't it? Particularly since the early stages. Realistically, after Alex Popko's dismissal, it's just been all good line and length. They haven't really allowed too many runs on the board. And another big swing, but missing, and so given a wide. Play it through the covers, but once again straight to the fielder. A very well set up field, not letting too many get away. Perkins fires it in again, but good running between the wickets. They'll get a single. So he's seen 40 balls, Dixon, for a total of 16.
Yeah, and they've had 4 or 5 like that as well, haven't they, guys? Starts. That's why they just need, even if Ross bats through and then, you know, they start swinging from the other end.
He goes for it now, and it's a decent shot, but once again, just happens to be the tail of the tape so far for Ross Dixon. And he gets onto one, just lands straight in front of a fielder, and he picks up another single. So, end of the over, and it is 4 for 131 here at Kelly Park. Another change in the bowling. Nick Green stepping up once again. So his 8th over, and after 7 he's been incredibly impressive. Only allowed 8 runs in total. Looking to add a wicket for his hard work. Dress rehearsal for this ball. Green fires, and it's popped up in the air there by Dixon. Straight to the fielders. He'll pick up 2 with hard running. So good running there by the batsman. bouncer in return. So he doesn't like giving away too many runs there, Nick Green. High hit and caught. So just like that, another fall and another gone opportunity for Albury to really cement themselves a significant batting structure. And the hard work of Nick Green has finally paid off.
Yeah, and like I said, they've just started to play a few more shots now, but just weren't able to get away any boundaries. That's what you need. When you start swinging like this, you just want someone to get another quick fire 20 or 30 to finish off the innings. But he deserved a wicket, Green. He's bowled well, and he just plays that off the front foot, Dixon. That's why he just hit that straight up in the air. And Joe Cook, as easy as that was, that catch, he still held on to it. Cook, well done to him.
Yep, very, very good catch, and that is the fall of Ross Dixon.
Before you
Clean as on that one, Cook.
And another chance. Umpire waits on it. It's a big shout and frightening first ball delivery for Diplock, who made his way to the crease as a response to the fall of Dixon. How that one look to you, T-Ball?
Yeah, I think he's just inside edge that. Actually carried a fair way, so the catch would have been more of a chance there at sort of backward point.
And again, puts on the stumps, but Diplock gets off with a quick single and good hard running. And that brings up the end of the over. So after 42 overs, it is 5 for 134.
Before you hit the road on your next adventure, make your first stop Jayco, Albury, Wodonga. We are more than vans and campers. We can repair and service all makes and models and undertake insurance repairs in our state-of-the-art service centre. From bikes to brakes and with all the big brands. We can set you up with all your parts and accessories needs. Get on the road sooner with Jayco, Albury, Wodonga, your one-stop RV shop.
So even though 5 down, Albury, you see Diplock, Seb Boats still hasn't batted yet. And we've seen him earlier in the year bat 3 and make a 50 against North Albury. So even though you get wickets, they're still capable all the way down Albury. They always seem to scrape together a score and everyone chips in. Even though they've made it look hard today, they're still in a decent position now if they can finish off their innings.
But their bowling is their real weapon, is it?
Oh, I think they're even across both, but I think, yeah, they've got their best bowler back from last year, Shan Bayer, today.
It's a good ball. But just off the pads. And another quick single.
2 or 3 decent spinners. They're a very good team defending a total as well, so... whatever they can scrape together here, they'll be confident.
Perkins firing one into Diplock. He just pushes it away to the fielder. It's a high hit, it's edged. The fielder, Nick Green, too deep. They'll pick up a single. Coming off the bat of Brandon Diplock.
Ooh, just a quick score. The Tallangatta game chasing 57 of 5 for 31. And there's ducks everywhere in the scorecard.
A real bowler's paradise. I got a feeling that game will be over by the end of this innings.
Come to the Albury Brewhouse. Relax and unwind in modern surrounds. Great staff, a fantastic menu specialising in share plates. A great place for all ages. The Albury Brewhouse, open 7 days.
So, T-ball after 1 over and 1 wicket. Matthew Jench is replacing Nick Green. And as Dave Nichols pointed out earlier in the innings, he just didn't seem quite right, whether it was health-wise. But you can't ignore his numbers. After 6 overs previously bowled, he is 1 for 17. He could be the man to get out someone like a John Spencer.
Yeah, and I think they're just trying to work their overs around. And I think Gentry likes bowling from this end as well, so they'll leave Green to bowl his last couple of overs of the innings.
Quick single from John Spencer.
So he's on to 22 now, Spencer, and every batsman has made double figures. Diplock's 3 not out. So that's what I'm saying. They all tend to chip in at some stage. Albury, they just need, if Spencer can kick on now to finish the innings and get towards 50, then that'll really help this afternoon when they're in the field. They've got a few more on the board. Yeah, that Tallangatta game, we said 5 for 31. They're now 6 for 31.
Oh, wow.
Chasing 57.
It's a real danger game for Tallangatta at the moment. In the meantime, Diplock's having a few swings at the ball, just can't quite make connections so far. Yes, but that game at Urana Road, we'll keep an eye out on that one. And the Cora total in the end, the T-ball?
They're still going. They're 6 for 217 with 5 overs to go.
Decent
About
total.
250.
Diplock just pushes this one from mid-on, gets a good single. Push shot out there by Spencer. They run hard, they'll get 2. And they will do so comfortably. 5 for 142. Last ball of the over. Spencer just pushes that one back past the bowler for another single. And after 44 here at Kelly Park, it is 5 for 100.
You work hard, so when a hose or fitting lets go, your local NZ hose doctor will be there. With an extensive network, chances are we're not that far away. At NZ, we work hard to keep you going. NZ, on call 24/7.
So Dave Perkins throws a wild one to begin his over, so it's a wide. So 23 extras, T-ball, added to the total for Albury.
Yeah, it's creeping up to too many, isn't it? So
Full toss, just pushed away by Spencer, and all boundaries have dried up once again. These two batters are just quite happy to push the ball around the field, picking up singles and twos where they can, just to increase the total. But we do like a good boundary here in All In Sports. And Diplock, he tries to give us one, but doesn't get all of it.
Big Spencer's the one now. He's in and set, and he's batting well. He's batted beautifully so far. Let's see if he can get a couple now over the ropes.
He goes for it, and oh, what a catch! That is a sensational one-hander.
Joe Cook, who we said can make him look hard, is just taking a ripper with a one-hander.
If anything, he made that look easy. Yeah. What a catch! And the dangerous John Spencer is out. Didn't exactly take off like a rocket, but the degree of difficulty was immense. What a catch!
Great one-hander from Cook.
Oh, sensational. And John Spencer walks for 26 off 34 balls.
Like you said, another one. We're just hoping if he could just kick on and get a couple of boundaries away, but they've been able to get a wicket every time they needed one. Yeah, well, they have fielded well today, like a lot better than what we've seen the last few times we've watched them. So, and that's a ripper from Cook.
So Henderson makes his way to the crease to start his day off, and I tell you what has began as a bit of a dog of a day for Dave Perkins has come up really well with 3 wickets, and it could be in for another one. He's got 3 balls remaining in his spell, and before he reaches 10 overs. And just like that, Henderson's off to the races. Picks up his first single.
Yeah, and he's another one, Henderson, who can, make a decent score here. And has done it a few times last year as well. Just handy runs towards the end. Another batsman, like I said, this long batting line-up of Albury.
Another good ball, pushed straight back past the bowler and another single. So, final ball of the day for Dave Perkins. He's done well so far. 3 wickets of 44 runs, and he's done better than that last one with a good catch. Hanson picks up one more single to round out the over. So, after 45 overs here, it is 6 for 149, and 5 overs left, and there's still a chance to put on a pretty decent total. You'd expect Albury to come out and try and hit a few boundaries.
Yeah, 5 overs, if they 180 plus. Yeah, it's going to be a good game this afternoon. With, you know, Belvoir's third on the ladder, and they've chased totals down all year. So Joe Cook and Drew Cameron been in good form. But yeah, as ugly as this has been, this innings for Albury, they're still, well, like I said, it's going to seem like a lot more than what it is. That, you know, 150 now, 5 overs to go.
And a good ball from Jench, just straight into the pads.
And they bat all the way down, so yeah, you probably feel like they're on top Belvoir all the way, but then if you walk off the ground, you see 180, you think, oh, it's a bit more than what it felt like, but it's set up for a good game.
It's been interesting, hasn't it? The fielding has been top class from Belvoir, and just like that, I'll pick up a quick single. As Diplock kind of lazily just walked his way up to the bowler's crease. Good hit off the bat through covers, but they've just always had a fielder in the right spots, haven't they, T-Ball?
Yeah, a lot of those balls have gone out straight to the sweepers, and they saw Dixon hit 5 or 6 straight to the sweepers. So they've had a good day, Belvoir.
That one's a bit wide, and it's going to that one may roll all the way yet, and it has. So 4 byes.
Might have been, I don't know if it was the wides or not. Might have been.
That's one way to pick up your boundaries, T-Ball.
Yeah, well, that's what they needed.
And he's gone. It's up in the air, but it'll fall short of Nick Green and pick up another single. So, last ball of the over. It's been a relatively expensive one. And again, it's up in the air. Oh, Cameron just pops off their hands, though, and they'll pick up a single at the end. So, that's 46 overs gone here at Kelly Park. It is 6 for 159.
Come to the Albury Brewhouse. Relax and unwind in modern surrounds. Great staff, a fantastic menu specialising in share plates. A great place for all ages. The Albury Brewhouse, open 7 days.
So Nick Green comes back into the bowling attack to replace Dave Perkins, this time at the other end. He fires a full toss in, but Henderson not getting much of that, and he'll get a single.